We've got a couple tesseracts on the platform.
I was thinking like, okay, well, what if when you view the new NFT, there was maybe something showing the 5 NFTs that were burned in order to craft this new NFT.
Of Marvel Studios' Avengers Infinity War. We've been working on this for a long time, as you can probably tell. We've been working closely with Marvel to ensure it exceeds all expectations, built on our new crafting and burning mechanics, and it should create a new and exciting way for people to collect on VEVE.
So this is a quick concept I wanted to share with you guys in relation to the crafting mechanics that was released with the Avengers Infinity War and the Gauntlet. I think it's clear to see with the crafting and burning mechanics that introduces a different kind of collector's program.
Speaking of crafting and mechanics, our collectors have quite the quest ahead of them. This is a very involved release. We have the gauntlet itself, we've got 6 stones, there's 2 airdrops, there's a burning mechanic.
Something I wanted to touch on, one thing is the burning. I guess in order to claim one NFT, you had to burn another one. And then when that burn happens, that NFT it's removed from circulation, and it also is no longer in your collection.
And just to be clear, Alex, whenever you say we're burning a collectible, does that mean it's destroyed forever?
Yes, once you burn a collectible, it ceases to exist. You're burning it in favor of crafting something else. So in this case, when you burn a tesseract, for instance, the space stone is what is added to the gauntlet. And the tesseract collectible itself doesn't exist in your collection anymore.
So an idea that I had was, okay, if we choose to burn certain NFTs to claim another NFT, I thought it would be cool if somehow it can show in your collection that you went through that process. The supply would still be reduced, but we were able to still view that asset. I'm using this visual to show what that could possibly look like.
There's 6 of them to talk about, and they all require different collectibles and mechanisms. So let's run through the list. First, we have the Space Stone. This stone gives the controller the ability to control space itself, allowing them instant access to any location throughout the universe. We've got a couple tesseracts on the platform.
I was thinking like, okay, well, what if when you view the new NFT, there was maybe something showing the 5 NFTs that were burned in order to craft this new NFT, you know, in some kind of creative display. It would show the new NFT, and then it would show all of the NFTs that we had to burn in order to get the new NFT. And I think that like, it's cool because from the collector standpoint, you still want to go through and maybe be able to describe, you know, how your collecting process and how you actually got from stage 1 to stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. And if you get to stage 10, and stage 10 consists of 9 previous steps and things that you had to collect, I think that as collectors, it would be cool if we had something to show that we actually went through that collector's journey, more so than just having the new NFT. Right? Because say you get the new NFT and then you put it on the marketplace, someone buys it in the secondary market, they didn't necessarily go through the process of collecting and burning 9 previous NFTs to get this new NFT. They actually just purchased it from the secondary market. For lack of a better word, just because they can still be viewed all together, it doesn't mean that you can view them separately. It doesn't mean that you still can't put them in augmented reality by themselves. You still can't single each one of these things out. So we only think of, okay, collecting the stones. It's like, it makes sense how, you know, we can get the glove, but then we also need to fill in the empty slots with each of the stones. And then once we fill in each of the stones, the glove is now complete. From that perspective, we think that that's the only thing that we'll be crafting and burning is something related to the whole Avengers Infinity War and the Gauntlet. Based on storyline, based on narrative, we want to go through each step and collect each stone in order to complete the gauntlet, right? What if crafting and burning doesn't stop at Avengers Infinity War? This is just an example. Like, what if we can craft to open up different portals within VEVEverse, or we can get different environments dropped into our collection because we've went through certain crafting mechanics and we were able to reach a certain level in the collector program. So another example is, say, Toy Story, right? So say you go and you collect collect Buzz, the Toy Story Alien, you collect Slinky, RC, Dino. In your collection, within this collection, even though it's not Avengers Infinity Wars and you're not trying to get the Infinity Stone and build the gauntlet, what if the crafting mechanics exist across all IPs? And then it's like, okay, well, if we were to burn these NFTs, what would we get? I was thinking, okay, well, what if once we burn them, they go into a display case of some sort that shows all of the things that we burned together, and then we possibly could get access to maybe Andy's room, right? And within that room, within Andy's room, it contained all of the NFTs that you burned in order to add the room to your collection, right? So within Andy's room, you still had the Woody, you still had Jesse, you still had the Toy Story Alien, Mr. Potato Head, RC, Rex the Dino, you still Slinky, you still had all of these NFTs, but they only existed within Andy's room, right? And Andy's room is something that you collected and you could still walk into and go close to these NFTs and view them, but you no longer had access to them individually. I guess that's a better way to explain what I mean by still having these things in your collection, but in a new way. The supply would still be reduced. You still would be burning the assets, but you still could view the assets. You just couldn't access them, right? So that's just something I wanted to share, an idea that I had about crafting mechanics, looking forward to what actually could happen with the whole crafting mechanics and burning. And it is a new way to collect, but like thinking beyond just Avengers Infinity Wars and trying to collect the Infinity Stones to add to the gauntlet, just applying the crafting and burning process to many different IPs.
And what a time to be on VEVE. Crafting mechanics are here. Big thanks to Alex for helping me with this walkthrough video.